What's up, guys? You have tuned into the Start Today podcast. I'm your host, Chris Cavallini, and today I'm riding solo. And I'm riding solo because I have a very important message for you guys. All right, what we're going to talk about today is something that every single one of you will be able to relate to, whether you're dealing with it now, whether you've dealt with it in the past, and you most certainly will deal with it in the future, and you will continue to, because it is a part of the process. Guys, when you commit to putting in the work to change your life in a positive, productive way, and to chase your dreams and look for the success that you seek, regardless of what it is you are looking to be successful in, you have to understand that people are going to doubt you. They're going to try to hold you back. They're going to fucking tear you down behind your back. That is the way it works. And a huge mistake that I see so many people make is worrying about these things and putting energy into trying to sort these people out or prove themselves to these insignificant, trivial individuals, which oftentimes come in the form of your closest friends, family members, and coworkers, people who you were once very, very close with. You let it stress you out. You let it bother you. You let it suck valuable energy out of your brain, out of your mind, out of your soul. Energy that needs to be invested into the work that you need to put in to get where it is that you want to be. Look, I understand all too well that it is not a good feeling. And when you initially experience it, it's almost like a shock to your system. It's like, how could these people who care about me, these people that I've been good to, these people that I have supported, people that I have been there for, how can they do this? Why would they doubt me? Why would they try to hold me back? Why would they talk shit and slander me behind my back? Why are they laughing? How are they going to laugh at me? How are they going to laugh at the fact that I'm trying to better myself and create a better life, not only for me, but the people around me? I mean, that's all we want to do, right, guys? We want to get better, but we understand that part of that is the responsibility we have to giving back and to helping other people do the same, to bringing other people up with us. So we have that mindset. We understand that. So it's very, very difficult for us to I guess, come to terms with how others could be doing this to us. People doubt us, and it often leads to us doubting ourselves. What's wrong with me? What have I done? What am I not doing right? Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe they're right. Those voices, the doubt, it's something that we need to be mindful of, we need to be aware of, and we need to, instead of letting it slow us down and hold us back, we need to allow it to fuel us, to drive us, to push us to do more, to compel us to be better, and basically expedite the fucking process of getting us where it is that we want to be. Guys, people have been doubting me my entire life, ever since I started my business. I walked away from being I was a drug dealer for a long time, and not a very good one, mind you. In Jacksonville, Florida, where I lived at the time, that's where basically the entire time I was selling drugs, that's where I lived. Everybody fucking knew who I was, and everybody knew what it is that I did. So when I, initially walked away from that life and started up my business, man, people were laughing. They were laughing at me. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? He's a drug dealer. He's not going to be able to be successful with the business. He's probably just doing this to draw attention off the fact that he's a drug dealer. They were tearing me down behind my back. And these are some of my own fucking friends at the time, right? Laughing. But you know what? I kept pushing. I kept failing, but I kept pulling myself up and pressing forward. And after a couple of years, I caught a little momentum. I got to a point where another company actually, took note of me, took note of what it is that I was doing. And they actually wanted to buy my company. They wanted to buy my company and merge it with their own, because they felt that, they could take our customer base and basically, blow the company up, and that it would be in my best interest to sell to them, because without me or without them, I would never really be able to amount to anything. I would never really be able to take my company any further than it was at the time. Well, obviously, I declined. And about 10 months later, those two guys who had that company, they went out of business. All right. Fast forward a couple years, 2015, my past finally catches up with me. I get arrested for crimes that I'd committed 3 years prior. All right. I'd walked away from that life. I had started to create a better present and future for myself. And I'd made some significant changes, and I'd continued to push. I'd continued to grow. I'd continued to evolve and get better despite the laughter, despite the people talking shit, despite the people criticizing me and trying to tear me down. The cops show up at my house. They take me to jail for crimes that I committed 3 years prior. And then guess what? More laughter, more talk. All the doubters that, had come forth over the last few years, they all resurfaced. Everybody started talking shit again. Everybody saying, look, his company, it was just a front for, the fact that he sells drugs. I always knew that, this guy was this guy was that. I had people posting my mugshot on social media after I got arrested, posting these things, saying these things, tearing me down. Saying, he's done now. He's done. This guy's done. He's going to go to prison. He's through. But I kept pushing, despite all that talk, despite all that outside noise. And I'm not going to lie, it didn't fucking feel good. But I knew that I had to press on. I knew that I had a responsibility to finish what I had started and keep moving forward. I ended up overcoming that legal process. However, it put my business in a very vulnerable situation. $500,000 my bill was. Okay. My legal defense cost me more money than I had. Okay. I got to a very, very low point again with my business due to the energy that I had to put into my legal process, which lasted about 4 months. I neglected my business in a lot of ways, which put us in a very shitty situation. I put us in a very shitty situation. And honestly, I was at a point where it made sense to shut the business down. It made sense financially to make an executive decision to cut my losses and shut the business down. But then I remembered those posts. I remembered all the doubt. I remembered the laughter. And I thought about what would happen and the moment of satisfaction that all of those motherfuckers would inevitably have at my expense if I did decide to throw in the towel and give up. So I used it. I used that fuel to keep pushing. I used that fuel to drive me. And I not only basically went on the warpath with my business during a time where I basically was broke and our company was in a very, very vulnerable, shitty place. I got in front of my team at the time, which wasn't very many people. And I told them, honestly, where we were at, I said, guys, we are not in a great situation. I got us here. I said, but just like I got us here, I know that I have the ability to get us out. I need you guys to trust me. I need you guys to follow my lead. And I need you guys to believe, because I know with 1,000% certainty that we will one day be the best meal prep company on the face of the fucking earth. And I don't even know where this next part came from, because I don't think it's anything I ever, thought of before at the time. I remember when I was, giving the speech and trying to get everybody riled up, I remember not really getting like the reception that I thought. There was still a lot of uncertainty, and like, I don't blame them. So I threw it out there and I said, beyond that, I was like, I'm just putting it out here right now to all of you. Remember my words. This was November or December of 2015. I said, one day I'm going to be on Forbes. I said, remember I said that, remember this day, because it is going to happen. Mind you, at that time, my company was not very legit. Not even in the slightest. I mean, literally, I had maybe nine employees. I was broke. The whole operation was a fucking mockery, if I'm being honest here. But I put it out there. I fucking put it out there, and then I put it out there on Facebook, because now that it's out there, let's just put it out there everywhere. I want to lock myself into this. And I started saying it so many times. I started saying it over and over again, and I started to believe it. And what do you think people thought when I said that? You think that they thought, oh yeah, he's going to be, just narrowly escaped prison. Sure, he'll be on Forbes. Well, here we are, present day. In the last 18 months, I've been on Forbes 6 fucking times, right? I believed in myself when nobody else did, because I realized I don't need other people's belief in order to excel. I don't need other people's, signing off on what it is that I'm doing. I don't need anything from anybody else. In fact, I encourage them to keep doubting me. I urge them to keep criticizing. I beg them to keep telling me I can't do something, because that motivates me. It motivates me. It gives me fuel. It gives me fire. And honestly, guys, it needs to do the same for you. All right. When I started in 2016, our company started in 2011, but it really started in 2016. That is when I went all in. That is when I decided to raise my standards and basically create a team, a company that stood for something, that really stood for something. To that point, I was just chasing the money. And as it worked out, I wasn't very successful in making any. It wasn't until I formulated a vision of what I wanted our company culture to look like, of what I wanted our mission to look like, of the lives that I wanted to impact, to change forever, and the footprint that I wanted to leave on the world. And I started talking about this to the people that I had around me at the time. And our company looked a lot different then than what it did now. And this one guy that I had, an executive level guy, he told me, he's like, listen, he's like, you want to grow the company by investing in the team. You want to invest in there. You want to make personal development a mainstay. You want to grow the company by investing in the personal development of the team. Well, understand that the people that we're going to get in here, the people that are going to be working in this kitchen, they're going to be the quality people that you will find in Burger King. That's what he said to me. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, it does not have to be like that, because we can set our actions up in such a way where we just start attracting these people. I have a very clear vision. I know what it is I want, and I'm committed to doing anything I can, which is a lot, to make that fucking happen. This individual resisted me. I mean, to my face, he supported me, but behind my back to the team, he doubted me. He tore me down. He created a situation where there was cancer spreading, manifesting at an alarming rate within our company. So obviously I had to get rid of him. I had to do what I had to do. But at that point, the damage had already been done. He had convinced a lot of the people who were here at the time that I didn't give a fuck about them, that everything that I said, that everything I did was bullshit, was for show, was for social media. He said, I didn't care about them. All I cared about was the fucking money. He also told them that I had a drug problem. And, as it turned out, this guy actually had a drug problem. He was a recovering meth addict. And I knew that. What I didn't know is that, he had relapsed. And that was part of the reason that his mind had kind of shifted and he kind of went the direction that he did, with resisting and doing what he did with the rest of the team. But the damage had already been done, because a lot of these people, they were the people that they looked to him. He was their direct leader. And, he basically painted it in their heads that our company was going to go down. It was only a matter of time, that, I didn't give a fuck about them, that I was a loose cannon, all this shit. And in 2017, I lost about half the staff that I had at the time. All right. And honestly, that wasn't fucking fun. It wasn't fun, because it made things very, very difficult. It made things very hard. But those are the situations that I thrive in the most, because I had to lose these people. I had to get rid of the people who weren't about that life, who didn't stand for the same things that I'd stood for. And these are some people that I'd done a lot for, people that I'd taken off the street drug addicts that I'd given an opportunity to, that I'd invested my personal time, monies, and like just support and helping them. People that I'd paid their bills at times when they got behind on money because they weren't financially responsible, and they turned their back on me like that. But you know what? That's okay. I remember getting a message on social media. Somebody had sent this a Facebook message to me. It was from an account they had just made. It was a bullshit account. And it was basically a screenshot of a text message thread of some people that apparently were in this group that just, left the company and no notice. People walked out. They walked out in the middle of a shift, leaving the team in a very vulnerable situation. But this person sent me the screenshot, and it, had all the names blocked out, but it was obvious that it was, some of the people who had done that. And they were on a text messaging thread, and it was basically saying, he's really fucked now, and I can't wait to, have him be exposed. And they said it's gonna be fun watching him go down in flames. I will never forget that text message, and I'm so grateful for that person, whoever it was that sent it to me, because I will tell you, that ignited something in me that I had never fucking felt before. And you know what? I did set this bitch on fire. I set it on fire by raising the standard so fucking high and going harder than I'd ever have in my entire life to that point. And you know something? That fire, it didn't destroy me. It only destroyed all the things that had been slowing me down to that point. My weakness, all my excuses, the limiting beliefs that I'd had, and the remaining cancer that still lingered within the company. And now, guys, our company was just nominated for one of the best places to work by Inc. magazine. We've been recognized in all major, business publications, Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur, you name it. We've been featured in national news talking about how special our culture is and the impact that our company is making in the community. And it's because I did not let the doubt destroy me. I let it fuel me. Doubt, resistance, and oppression, it's a part of the climb. And whether you like it or not, guys, it's part of success. So if you want to be successful, understand that this is going to be part of it. And, you can cry about it. You can complain. You can wonder why nobody's supporting you and spend all your time and energy doing that as opposed to doing the fucking work and understanding these people are doing you a fucking favor by revealing to you their character and the type of people they are. Or you just stop using it as an excuse. Like you're the only one that goes through the shit, because I have good news for you. You are not. We all fucking deal with it. You know what I do when it happens? Now, I'm grateful for it. I'm legitimately grateful because I know I'm going to use it. I'm going to leverage it to my advantage. Because in these situations, this doubt, the laughter, the slander, all these people trying to work against you, you have the opportunity to let it destroy you, and you could do that, or you could let it fuel you. You could let it fuel you to go harder than you ever fucking have and prove every single one of them wrong. So I say, use it and envision the day, because it will come, provided you keep pushing, where you can calmly approach every single person that has ever doubted you, every single person that has laughed at you, every single person that has tried to tear you down. You're going to approach them. You're going to gently place your hand on their shoulder. You're going to look them dead in the eye. And you're going to genuinely say thank you.